Chosen one, this is not coincidence. You didn't stumble upon this message by chance, and you didn't arrive here through the random scroll of a restless mind. No, you were summoned. This moment was perfectly planned by heaven. Every second, breath, and heartbeat worked together to bring you here at this exact time when your spirit was ready to hear what is about to be said. There is a divine appointment going on right now. The veil of your reality is being pushed back by a supernatural change that is closer than you think. Not one day, not eventually, but right now, tonight, or in the hours to come. The heavens are watching as something very old awakens inside you. You are on the edge of a Chiros moment, which is a holy window of time set in stone before the world was made. Ecclesiastes 3:1 tells us there is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. Chosen one, it's your time. What you are about to hear is not just information. It is a prophetic statement about your body, your spirit, and your situation. So, calm your heart, open your ears, and get ready to receive. The time has come, and you were meant to do this, chosen one. This response isn't a fluke. They can't explain why your presence makes a difference. The looks, the hesitancy, and the unease are not random events. They are responses to something holy that is near you. Now, let me tell you what's going on. Your presence is important. Not because of who you are or how you look, but because your spirit speaks to things that can't be seen. You show that you are different by what you carry. In a world full of lies, the truth you carry shakes things that can't be seen. Truth causes problems. You were never meant to fit in like Joseph in Egypt. One verse in the book of John says that light shines in the darkness and the darkness has not overcome it. When people are close to you, they don't always know what they're feeling, but their spirits can sense something ancient and holy that you've been told too many times to tone. It was meant for people to notice and even get it wrong about you. Down. It's the very proof of your calling. What makes other people uncomfortable isn't rejection, it's conviction. Not because they don't like you, but because of what God put in you. You were sent by God to wake people up, not to cause chaos, not to get attention, but to show. And yes, awakening does often start with pain. In the past, I remember going to a family gathering after months of fasting and deep prayer. I wasn't dressed differently. I hadn't changed how I stood. But the moment I walked through that door, the whole mood changed. Conversations ended in the middle of a thought. People looked. Some people smiled nervously. Some people quickly turned away as if they had seen something they weren't supposed to. I also felt it, a weight, a tension that I couldn't put my finger on at the time. I knew then that it wasn't about me. It had to do with what I was carrying. The secret place is leftovers. I can still feel God's touch on my spirit. People didn't like it because I was trying to be different. But because the truth always brings out what's hidden. You were never supposed to be shy or doubtful. Now is the time to own that you were made to carry light. The old hesitant and questioning you is going away, and the truth is coming forward. You were picked, you are rising, and God has made sure that nothing can stop you. Chosen one, you were never meant to be a normal person. You move a room, not just walk into it. You don't just talk, you get people excited. People's reactions, the sudden silence, the looks, the discomfort have nothing to do with who you are as a person. They have everything to do with your presence. Your spiritual area is not in this world. It has the marks of divine encounters, the scars of battles fought in silence, and the wisdom that comes from being alone for a long time. There is authority around you, not just energy. Verse 7 of 2 Corinthians 4 says, "We have this treasure in jars of clay to show that this all-powerful Spirit comes from God, and not us by human standards." You can't explain what you carry. This is holy. It has been coded. Some people are drawn to you and tell you things they don't understand. And it's not a coincidence. It's your spirit calling to theirs. And people who push back against you, who become cold or defensive, aren't rejecting you. They are responding to the Holy Spirit that is in you. Those that wake up what's been sleeping and question what isn't real. You worked hard to get this light. It was formed through hard-edged betrayal and times in the wilderness that few people could handle. Each trial made you better. Now you walk not with heavy feet, but with holy feet. There is a silent authority in your presence that speaks louder than words because you were seen and spiritually known. People are still afraid to face what you were chosen to carry. Alignment with the truth and divine fire. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. Faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. Chosen one, let this truth sink in. It wasn't your job to blend in here. As you know, awakening is a disruptive process, but you were sent to do it. A lot of souls would rather stay asleep in their dreams. As soon as you walk in, it's like a sudden light hits what was hidden. Some people stare while others look briefly and then turn away. Their answer isn't personal in a spiritual way. They aren't responding to how you stand, what you wear, or how you speak. They are responding to the light inside you. Ephesians 5:13 says, "Everything that is exposed by the light becomes visible, and everything that is lit up becomes a light." Some people feel uneasy around you because you bring up things that were hidden. Your aura is not a passive thing. It works together. It makes things sound better. It calls out what isn't true and brings the truth to the surface. Some people will want it to open up without knowing why. Some people will feel guilty and pull away. You're not being turned down. They are having a confrontation with themselves. Why do I make people feel bad is probably something you've thought about. What makes some people awkward or too polite when I walk in? It's because your spirit is tuned to a higher frequency. People who don't believe in anything spiritual can feel your vibration, even if they don't feel like they believe in anything. Something is stirring and they can't put their finger on it. Don't try to calm them down or doubt your power. You were never meant to be easy to digest. You were called to be a living revelation. Revelations don't just make people feel better, they make them think. Be brave as you walk. Do not use words, but let your aura speak instead. You were picked not to make people laugh, but to wake them up. That's what you're doing. Picked one every time you walk into the room. What you carry can't be hidden. Just being there is an awakening. Not because you're trying to get attention or because you desire it, but because the light inside you shows what others have hidden. When people get close to you, they don't just see another person. They see themselves, the things they've buried, the lies they've told, and the identity they've forgotten. Also, that kind of exposure makes me feel bad. This is why they look at you and then quickly turn away. That's why they act odd, distant, or too polite. They don't react to who you are as a person, they react to how pure you are. Your light wakes up things that were sleeping and shows things that other people tried to hide. It deals with your energy, feels like peace to those who are living in the truth, but it's like a spiritual alarm to those who are still hiding behind pride. Your presence makes things clear. Pain or lies. Not only can I see with your eyes, but your gaze carries an ancient energy. Your eyes do more than just look, they understand. They see what God tells them is true. They make people remember things they are trying to forget. Some people are drawn to it while others can't stand it. Not because of what you look like, but because of what your spirit carries as an eternal mark. They can't explain, but they also can't go away. Your whole life, people have seen, heard, misunderstood, and even avoided you. It's not because you did something wrong, but because your spirit talks louder than your words. Before you were born, you were sealed. Picked to change the mood and wake up souls that are sleeping. This is why people think that short conversations with you are like deep revelations. How come people say your eyes look different or that you feel like you know them? Their soul knows things that their mind can't explain. You are not better because you are different. You are just different and there is a price for that difference. Being rejected, being alone, or being misunderstood don't make you who you are. In fact, those responses are proof that you are called because just being there, whether you speak or not, raises people up. It makes them think about how ready they are to grow. Don't turn down the light to sleep. Don't cover your eyes just because other people are scared. Not more masks, but more mirrors. That mirror is you. You are that sound wave. That call is you. Many people may not understand how they felt when they met you. They won't remember your voice. But because their soul saw its own light in yours for a moment picked, this is not social awkwardness that you are seeing. It's a spiritual fight. Your presence brings light and that light shows. It shows what other people have kept secret. Even though you don't say anything to make people feel bad, your energy does. Why? Just because it faces you without saying a word. You're not being turned down by everyone. They don't want to feel what your presence makes them feel. You bring up the truth that they've tried to hide, the calling they've been putting off, and the higher self they haven't yet stepped into. And your aura feels like a fight. When someone is holding on to illusion, this is what Jesus himself said in John 3:7-20. Everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light for fear that their deeds will be exposed. Some people are not ready to see what you see because you are like a mirror that shows them what they are trying to hide. That's why after a moment of connection, people look, move, become cold or pull away. It's not about you in a spiritual way. Your frequency shakes up the false sense of safety they've built around their wounds. You are a living alarm clock that should wake people up, not calm them down. It's not always avoidance, though. Some souls look with longing, not fear, because they know what they're seeing. Their eyes are soft and sparkly as if your light makes them. Remember something holy, they used to know, they're right. Their spirit sees the eternal mark of God in you. A link that goes back to eternity and not this life on earth from God's presence. These are not just random events, they are signs from God, silent confirmations. When your soul meets someone else's in that still look, healing starts. Awakening starts. You were never meant to fit in, you were meant to be seen. Does exactly what it was sent to do, whether they turn away or lean toward you. Show, wake up and lead, chosen one, you were never meant to fit in. You have always been different. Heaven marked you to walk in a light that most people aren't ready to see or carry. That quiet unease you've had your whole life. That feeling of being different wasn't in your head. You felt like you didn't belong in some rooms. People have avoided asking you questions, ignored your feelings, and missed things you saw. You tried to fit in anyway. You tried to be small to hide who you were and to quiet your depths, so that people would accept you. It didn't last though because your soul was never meant to be in the background. I knew you before I made you in the womb. I made you special before you were born. Since it says so in Jeremiah 1:15, you're not here to add to the noise in the world. You're here to send out the frequency of heaven. What's false is thrown off by your very presence. Not because you want to change other people, but because reality always stands in contrast to fiction. Some people feel calm when you walk in, some people feel exposed. It's not about you, it's about them. They are not yet who they're called to be, but your light shows them the way. And that thought or reminder isn't always a good thing. You need to understand though that you weren't born to make other people feel good. You were made to wake them up. Auras are more than just energy. It's your message from God. It talks before you do. It lets people know you're calling without words. People around them may not understand how they feel when they're close to you, but they do. That something holy still moves through people like you is proof that you are alive. And being aware of that weight isn't a burden, it's a cloak. It wasn't because you were easy that you were picked. Not to be popular, but because you want to. Don't try to be someone you're not meant to be. You weren't sent here to blend in. You were sent to stand out, change things, get people excited, and take the lead. Don't shrink any longer, chosen one. Just being there does the work for you. Be brave, show respect, and don't say sorry as you walk in it. Please wait a moment, chosen one. Get this truth to you. Not your mind, but your spirit. When you walk into a room, people feel different. Because of the weight you carry, it proves something. This presence wasn't given to you by accident, you were given it to you. The light and energy in you that other people can't explain were put there by God. Ephesians 2:10 says that you are God's work created in Christ Jesus to do good things that God planned ahead of time for you to do. It's not about getting attention with this call. It's not about cheers. It has to do with work. You didn't come here to fit in. You came to change the mood. You didn't come to fit in. You came to break people out of bad habits, ease their burdens, and wake up what was sleeping in them. That's why you feel different from other people. Why your silence is important. Why some people lean in or walk away. Your power says things that words can't. It brings back memories of heaven. A holy echo that helps people remember who they were before fear took over. It can make you feel alone, but being alone is not the same as being abandoned. It's getting ready. It's for safety. This is alignment. You're not here to explain why you're here. You're here to become that. And your look, your voice, and even the way you stand, still speak truth. When people don't get it, remember that you weren't sent to be understood. You were sent to make people feel something. It's like there's a shift in the room when you walk in, not loud, but clear as day. You're also on time. Picked. Things change when you remember who you are. Stop getting smaller to fit into places that are too small for you. You don't have to say sorry for being there because you know you were picked for this time, this generation, this job. So raise your head. Carry the weight of your calling with you as you walk. Everything about it, the eyes, the silence, the way the air changes when you walk in is proof. You're not like most people. You were never that. Your presence sounds like something that will last forever. A reminder that God still works in the world of people and things. As it says in Isaiah 68:1, arise, shine, because your light has come and the Lord's glory has come upon you. You've been hidden, ignored, undervalued, and safe for years. I didn't reject you. It was getting ready because holy things have to stay in secret until heaven says so. And now you're being shown. There's a reason for the looks, pauses, and changes in energy. Their spirit sees you, but they don't know why. Heaven has taken away the veil. No longer can you walk into rooms without being seen. It's your aura, your job, your authority that speaks louder than words. It wasn't for nothing that you fought in silence. You'll always have something that each storm carved into you. Finally, the telling has begun, not to have fun but to get along. Your voice can be heard even when there is no sound. You are a sign, a spiritual landmark. Let them look, touch, and think. You were seen because it was time. Heaven has talked, and you can't ignore what heaven sends out. Be clear, brave, and full of holy confidence as you walk through it. Now is not the time to hide. You are the chosen one of the revelation. It's time to live like you know who you are now. Not just in your quiet prayers or thoughts, but also in the way you live your daily life. You don't only carry a light for important events. Everywhere you go, everyone you talk to, every choice you make, how you show up at work, with your family, in your relationships, and even when you only meet. It's meant to shine through in everything you do. Someone briefly. Your presence matters. All of this is how your light shows itself. Is the time to live your life on purpose. Begin each day in the right place. Give your attention to God before the rest of the world does. Talk to Him. Do not move. Ask Him to show you the way and tell you what He wants to say. Say good things about yourself and other people. Take care of your spirit like it's holy because it is. If you really want to honor the purpose of your life, be careful about who you let in, what you let into your mind, and how you use your words. Don't do this out of fear. Go about your day knowing that you have work to do. Show God's love through your kindness. Be still and let peace come to you. People should remember what's holy when you're around. And remember that when things get hard, which they will, resistance is often a sign that you're on the right track. It's not your job to make everyone happy. You're here to make it wake up. Being strong doesn't mean shouting. Keep your promise. Write what you feel led to write. Say what needs to be said. Please forgive. Take a break. Dare to worship. Live as someone who is no longer hidden, but open to the world. And tell yourself every morning, I am chosen. I'm light. I'm here for a reason. Say more with your life than with words. Let the message come through your walk. Let your being there do what it was meant to do. Change the mood, show what's really going on, and bring heaven close. This is something I've learned on my own journey. I felt like I wasn't seen some years, and I wondered if anything I did was important. I gave, served, and showed up, but it seemed like no one noticed. But God was seeing. He was taking notes. He was getting me ready for rooms I wasn't in yet because I couldn't see the assignments. And then all of a sudden, things changed. There were doors that opened that I had never knocked on. I got messages from people I had never met. There were chances that came up that I hadn't applied for. Not because I became better qualified all of a sudden, but because the season had changed. The years that were hidden weren't wasted. It was an investment. Picked. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Do not rush past this message if it made you feel something deep inside. Now is a holy time to pause and connect with heaven in your soul. This isn't just sound going through your ears. This is the impartation taking hold in your spirit right now. Heaven is coordinating something that has been going on for a long time. Even before you even watched this video, your life is going through some changes. Doors that have been closed spiritually are starting to crack open. Angels who are in charge of your destiny are moving into place. Do you not feel it? You know, something is different now because your heart is beating faster and your body is getting warmer. You're not the same person who first looked at this message. There is now something going on. There is now something awake. I'll tell you what's going on in the realm of the unseen. Right now, heaven is telling you that you are called. God is sealing up your job. Right now, the Holy Spirit is telling you that this is a turning point in your journey. It's not hype. This isn't what drives you. This is the truth of the prophetic coming into your present. A long time ago, I remember sitting in my living room by myself with tears running down my face and asking God if I had heard Him right. Had He really called me? Was I really picked for something important? Or was I just another person with wonderful plans and big dreams that would never come true? God didn't answer that night with a voice that could be heard. He did something more important than send an angel. He changed something about me. Something I knew set in my spirit that I couldn't shake, deny, or talk myself out of. It felt the same as how you're feeling now. I didn't ask again if I was chosen after that night. Everything changed when I walked like I was picked. Without a doubt, but not right away, people began to react to me in new ways. Chances started showing up out of nowhere. People who were in my way suddenly moved out of the way. It wasn't because I changed into someone else, but because I finally became who I was. You are going through that right now, chosen one. You are becoming all that you were meant to be. You're taking on the role that God gave you before you were born. You're agreeing to do the work even though you don't know everything about it yet. And this is what I want you to understand. This moment is important. The next few days, weeks, and months will depend on what you do with this word and how you react to this stirring. Heaven is looking down. Angels are ready. Your fate is moving forward. Not everything has to be clear to you. There's no need for a detailed map. Just say yes to the call. Yes, I agree with the task. Yes to being unique, picked and different. Yes to walking in the light. Even if other people would rather be in the dark. Yes to being God's presence. Even if it makes other people feel bad. Because this is the truth that will change everything. The task you have to do is not about you. It's about the people whose lives you'll change and the souls you'll awaken. Moving darkness away. Every awkward moment, every time someone stared and then looked away, and every time you felt like they didn't understand. You was all practice. God was getting you. You'll bring hope to places that have forgotten what hope feels like. Ready. Ready to carry a heavy load that most people will never understand. You were getting a spiritual strength from Him that can't be made or copied. There was a time when you went to college in the wilderness. You've been through fire, but it made you stronger. The storm was where you learned how to handle it. Though now you're coming out, not broken, but better, not made weaker, but stronger. Not lost, but quite clear. The looks will keep coming. The awkward times will never end. It's going to be hard for people to explain how they feel about you. But now you know why. You now understand what's going on. You can now walk with confidence instead of doubt. You're not weird. You're chosen. You're just right. You're not too much. Things aren't in your head. You're just figuring them out. This ability to do that is a gift, not a curse. Now do this not only in your mind, but also in your spirit. I want you to receive this word. If you want to use a metaphor, open your hands and let what heaven is sending your way into this moment. You will get the confirmation, the activation, and the power. If you can say this out loud, I get all of what my calling means to me. I agree that my assignment is important. I accept the truth about who I am in Christ. I have been picked. I've been chosen. I have been set apart. And I will walk in the light of my purpose without saying sorry. Did that change in the air around you feel like it? Not only was that emotional, it was spiritual as well. When you said that, something broke in the spiritual world. The chains that were holding you back broke. The lies that people have been telling you have just lost their power. Limitations that have been holding you back just went away. You have been chosen to stand at a threshold. On one side is the life you've known, which is safe, comfortable, and familiar, but not really fulfilling. The life you were meant to live is on the other side. It's hard, unknown, and dangerous, but it will always be important. Heaven wants you to cross over now, not later. Not when you're ready, not when everything is just right. Right now, today, at this very moment, are you ready to cross over and become all that you were meant to be? Listen to this with your spirit, not your ears, chosen one. Have you ever cried in the dark, pain that no one could see? There were nights when the silence was worse than words, but God saw everything. Every tear was used and no wound was ignored. God was writing a law with your name on it while you thought He had forgotten about you. It's now sealed. Right now, you are waking up. You will not only glow, you will shine. There is a light that no filter or darkness can dim. This isn't about how someone looks. This is holy, pure glory. Get up and shine. Isaiah 61 says, "Your light has come and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." Not poetry at all. It was written and you are living it. When you walk in, the rooms will move around. Hearts will get softer. People will look through you instead of at you like they need something they didn't know they had. That's what does happen when God marks someone. Are you ready to carry this light now? Are you ready to take a stand and shine? Get this word right now if it's for you. Call it out. Take responsibility for it. Don't go anywhere because what's going to happen next will make today different. You felt like a shadow when you walked into rooms for years. Conversations went on all around you. People looked right past you. You weren't just not seen. No one felt you either, not because you were weak, but because you learned how to shrink, to get through the pain of being seen. But what seemed like rejection was really God's protection. Heaven didn't forget about you. Heaven had you hidden. That wasn't your fault. The world wasn't ready either. You weren't forgotten about. You were being kept safe like how Moses was hidden in a basket. And David was left in the fields while other people waited in line to get the crown. God hid your light to keep you from being exposed too soon from rooms that would drain you, from voices that would change who you are, and from platforms that you were also kept away from people who didn't yet know how heavy you are, couldn't support you. In the quiet, He was making your spirit stronger. While the doors stayed shut, He built a base that could not be shaken by a storm. Now there is no more silence. The shadows are going away. Being hidden served a purpose. The next step is emergence. First, there will be small changes. People you know will look at you with fresh eyes all of a sudden. People who were talking will stop when you speak. Doors that didn't answer before will now open for you without knocking. You'll know this isn't luck. It's not charm. It's the perfect time. This isn't just for show, though. It's not for show. It's homework time. Heaven will never bring you out of hiding to be praised. It's meant to hit as a person with this much light. It is your job to figure out who is drawn to your spirit and who is after your shine. Some people will come with empty admiration, hoping that being close will give them power. Some people will be hungry for the truth, for healing, or for something real. Don't say anything. Don't turn down the light to make them feel better. Let your presence shine. Separate and change things because that's what it was sent to do. You've been hidden for too long. The world needs what you have to offer. God is making sure they can't turn away. Not because you want attention, but because someone needs you to be here right now. In Isaiah 62:2, it says, "All kings will see your righteousness, and all the nations will see your glory." You will be given a new name by the Lord's mouth. Now is the time. Will they notice me is no longer the real question. It is, will I rise when the weight of heaven rests on me? There has been silence that has kept you safe and sharp. But now the light inside you is starting to touch the edges of your skin. And the next thing that happens will not make sense in this world. You were chosen. But this is not transformation. This is an eruption. The change that's coming won't happen slowly or make sense. Things will not happen the way you would expect them to. Nothing you do for your skin, your motivation, or your glow up will help you understand what's about to happen. When you go through hard times, pray in secret and give up at night. A divine light is being formed inside you. This light is about to shine through. It won't be quiet. It will roar. You will be different, not just look different. Things that used to wear you down will snorts fall off like skin. What used to dull your spirit will be burned up by fire. If you were tired, holy energy will fill you up. Where there was darkness, there will be light like dawn, and it will happen quickly. No one asked for permission or warned them. This presence will fall on you in the same way that the Holy Spirit fell on Jesus at his baptism without a plan or ceremony. It will change how you walk into rooms, how people hear your voice, and how the atmospheres react to you, and they will react. Your eyes will carry weight, a deep knowing that can't be shaken. Even the best liars will feel exposed when you look at them. Not because you want to find them, but because the truth you carry will no longer stand for lies. Not only will your smile show kindness, it will also calm storms, dispel fear, and bring clarity like a sudden sunrise after a long night. The air around you will feel different, brighter with hope, calmer with peace, and full of hope. There is no poetic flair here, it's a spiritual truth. Some people got better when they saw the shadow of the Apostle Peter. It wasn't because of the men, but because of the power that was on him. Based on Acts 5 and 15, that same anointing that was made just for your calling is waking you up. And when evidence shows up, responses come next. And here's something that not many people get. This glow won't come on slowly. It's not just a pretty light. It's a sign, a spiritual siren that rings through the realms telling you that you have been chosen to make an impact, not to impress. When heaven lights someone up, it's not to put them in the public eye, but to put them on the altar of God's plan. Some will be interested in it, but not understand why. Some people will run away from it without knowing what they're scared of. Because this light doesn't just shine, it shows. It makes people feel things they haven't felt in a long time. And not everyone is ready for that. That's not your job to do, though. You are not in charge of making them feel good. You are in charge of your calling. Your presence will go against what nature wants to do. The daughters won't have a point. They will run out of things to say. People who are proud will take a moment to notice that you are not just walking in support. You are walking in evidence. It will be clear to you that what is impossible with people is still possible with God. As Luke 18:27 says, don't be surprised when people who used to ignore you start to pay attention to you. Don't be scared when the environment changes as soon as you walk in. It's not fan service or popularity, it's alignment. God is putting you in a place where your presence is more powerful than your resume, and where your light opens hearts before you even speak. As soon as the kids stop crying, when the tension goes away, when someone's heart softens for no reason, and the only honest answer is there is God here, you are the chosen one who comes to life when a soul that has been buried in prayer. And there will be holy, unfathomable times when people look at you and feel peace they forgot was possible starts to rise. If you've been pressed, crushed, and dedicated for years, it will show in your skin, voice, and breath. This isn't because of privilege. It's what happens when you give God pain and get glory back. Don't get the wrong idea, though. This isn't about getting noticed. It's about telling people about heaven through you. You didn't just wake up with this glow, chosen one. It wasn't given to you easily or born of praise. It was fake. It cost you something. And heaven kept track of the whole deal. Your light doesn't make me laugh. It is heavy with history and seeing things for yourself. People can see what will happen after they see your glow. Now the break that came before is what they don't see. The kind of breaking that doesn't just hurt the outside, but also kills the spirit. The kind that breaks you down so that God can build you back up into something that can't be broken. So all the tears you shed in private weren't wasted. Heaven called them together. In verse 8 of Psalm 56, it says, "You remember all my shame. You have all of my tears in your bottle." And those tears turned into more than sadness. They were turned into fuel. Their care for you was like water on dry ground. They fed the seed of who you were always meant to be. What looked like a loss turned out to be an investment. Things that seemed weak were actually built up. It wasn't the enemy's weapon that broke you open, but God's. The betrayals were not random. Someone who is very good at what they does could make those strikes very accurate. Every false friend, every knife to the back, and every time you were left to bleed alone changed you, not just hurt you. Like how Joseph was betrayed by his brothers and sold into slavery, but he would rise to power when the time was right. Your lie turned into a stage for you. Joseph told them, "You meant to hurt me, but God meant for it to be good," which is written in Genesis 57:20. That's also your story. Another holy thing was being alone. Those times when the silence was so thick that it hurt to breathe were not signs of abandonment. That was really God's protection. He turned down the noise not to punish you but to keep you steady. He took away the voices that made you feel bad about yourself, so that only His voice would be left. He cut you off from approval so that when you were promoted, it wouldn't break you. He made sure your roots were strong so that you wouldn't fall over. When the wind blew, you thought the bad guys were ahead. He also thought that the pressure would break you. The betrayal would take away your hope and the silence would break your trust. What he didn't see and never will see is how fire cleans, how pressure makes diamonds, and how God builds altars out of ashes. That's what he did in you. People will see more than beauty in you now. Things that will last forever and cost a lot will weigh on them. They'll see scars that don't seem to mean pain, but rather survival, power, and anointing. There's no need to explain it. You won't have to prove anything because your glow speaks for itself. Scars are honest. Some people say, "I've been through fire and lived." They claim I've been broken and built back stronger. They claim what was meant to destroy me became the very thing that defined me. This is why someone else can't get your glow. The item wasn't made, it was earned. It was paid for with silence, pain, and times of holy endurance. The world wants to be influenced right away. But you don't carry light because you're quick. It's caused by scars. And now for the secret that your enemies will never figure out. Every weapon they used against you was making your crown without them knowing. Every mean thing they said about you was shaping your authority. Every time someone turned you down, laughed at you, or rejected you, it fed the fire that made you unstoppable. Like Hannah, who was made fun of for not having children until her prayers led to the birth of a prophet. Like Job, who was left in ashes until he was raised from the dead. Like Jesus, who was crowned with thorns before his glory was shown. Like them, you were shaped in the fire. Now the fire is inside you, not on you. Now the light they tried to put out will shine so brightly that it will blind them. The same faces that turned away in disgust will look at you in shock. They won't understand how the tears they wiped away turned into the oil that now makes your light shine. They won't get why. The person they tried to bury is now walking around with resurrection power. So that's the switch. The glory gets better as the price goes up. The rise goes up as the pit gets deeper. The testimony is louder when there is harsh silence. But now, chosen one, you are more than just a survivor. You are a walking reminder that the refining fire still changes things, that pain can give birth to purpose, and that in God's hands, nothing is wasted. The world is about to react to you in ways that will make you question reality. It's not because of what you've changed on the outside, but because of what's been set off inside you. The light coming from your life right now isn't just on the surface. It's holy. It's not style, it's facts. That shine isn't from someone who has been spoiled. That light is from someone who has been worked on. The atmosphere around you will change. As your glow starts to show, some people will feel calm right away, like they've found a safe place they didn't know they needed. They won't know why. They'll lean in. Their minds will remember what peace feels like. Their eyes will soften and their hearts will settle because your presence will carry something eternal and very safe. Not everyone will feel safe in your light though, because it does more than just heal. It also shows, and anything that is based on lies can't stand next to it. People who have learned to stay alive by hiding behind masks will feel naked all of a sudden. People whose power comes from deception will feel threatened. Some people are not ready to be seen in a spiritual mirror that you will be there. The reaction won't be your fault and you shouldn't have to deal with it. Do not dim your light to make them feel better about their fears. Snorts do not get smaller to make them feel better. There is no rejection in the friction, there is revelation. The glow that makes the broken feel better will make the pretender feel uneasy. That's how divine light works. It confronts, heals, and splits people. After that, the past will show up. You'll see people you haven't seen or heard from in years. You'll be connecting with old friends, former critics, and people you've forgotten about because of the undeniable change in your spirit. Some people will come in all wanting to learn, grow, and get close to what has changed you. But some people will come with sneaky reasons that are hidden in compliments, but are really driven by envy. Somebody will feel like they need to be close to you, but they won't know why. They'll want a piece of what's rising about you, even if they didn't respect it when it was buried. You need to think carefully. People from your past aren't always meant to come into your life. Not every voice should be heard, and not every fan is a safe person to be with. Judas walked up the path too. Being close doesn't always mean that something is aligned along with people you know. You'll also be drawn to people you don't know. People who have never met you will talk about you as if they know your deepest secrets. They'll tell you things they've never told anyone else. They won't know how to ask questions. Why? As proof of the spirit that lives in them, you will be the one who speaks. You will become a living sign for tired people to come home. It's not to you but to the God you show. This chosen one is the truth you must now carry. Your glow isn't just for looks. Issa 61:3 talks about people who will get a crown of beauty instead of ashes, oil of joy instead of grief, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of. It is a divine command, not about looks, but about assignments. Hopelessness. You are that happiness. You are proof that ashes can turn into beauty, scars can turn into lessons, and light can come from loss. Now that you're here, the hallways will feel like holy places. Your conversations will lead to freedom. Your voice will have a frequency that clears up chaos, lifts hopelessness, and disarms darkness. There's no need for a title. You won't need permission because God has already given it to you. You're not just a person anymore. You're now a message. A message to the lost person. You have not been forgotten. For tired people, rest is real. Repair is not a myth for those who are broken. That thing is right in front of you. And it won't move because your change wasn't fake. It came from the days and nights that no one saw, the tears that no one saw, and the prayers that only got heard. Everything around you will start to line up. As the oil of your anointing breaks through your skin, you won't have to knock on doors to get them open. Important people will start looking for you. Not because of planning or making connections, but because of divine frequency. Things that were dormant will become visible because of the light in your life. The mood will start to help you with your task. And there will be a question in the air in every room you enter. What took place with you? The more interesting thing is that their response is not your reward. It's just the start of what heaven is planning to do through you, which can't be seen. This light is not the last word, it's just the call. The glow is not cheering, it's a message. You are being called to take on a bigger role in helping other people go through the same awakening you did. You were never just told to shine, you were told to light a fire. Don't say sorry for the glow. Do not turn it down out of fear. Do not use fake humility as a shield. There is no need for more humility that looks like insecurity in the world. It wants clarity, proof, and fire very badly. You have all three on you. People will wake up because of your light. Strongholds will fall. It will bring life to places that are dead. You are now a lighthouse, and people who are lost in the seat of despair will be able to find their way with your light. Be brave as you walk. Say what you mean. Hold on tight. People will know this isn't a mistake when they see you because you will make the impossible look possible. It's not luck. This is God's finger. This is the end of something that was written in the past. Now every step you take will be heard for all time. You weren't hidden to keep quiet. You were made in fire to become a living flame. Now everyone will see what heaven has always known. You weren't picked to fit in. You were meant to burn. As the weight of this message sinks into your spirit, chosen one, understand this. Your glow isn't just meant to motivate people, it's meant to turn on. The light you carry isn't for ramps, it's for people. Not only should it be seen in holy times, but it should also be lived out in everyday ones. Start from where you are. Change should happen in every part of your daily life. It should change how you talk to the barista, how you handle criticism, how you care for your family, and how you treat people who can't repay you. Bring this light to work with you not as performance, but as presence. Be honest in the choices you make. Let peace fill the places you're in. If you walk into a room and feel like the air is heavy, don't leave. Instead, be a witness. Say things that make people feel better. Make places where other people can breathe again. And remember that pressure doesn't put out your glow. When problems come up, which they will, it makes it stronger. When people don't understand you, keep shining. When people don't notice you, keep showing up. When you're tired, let your stillness make you strong. Heaven hasn't put you in a position to wow everyone. Heaven has set you up to change it, so be very careful with your glow. Watch out for time. Take care of your soul. Stay close to this source, because your light will only stay strong if it comes from being close to the person who lit you up in the first place. Don't forget that you're not walking alone. Some are also rising. Around the world, hidden ones are waking up flames, getting in touch with each other, and starting a fire that can't be put out by darkness. Your story doesn't end here. It will be the start of your legacy. It won't be what you build for yourself that will write your legacy. It will be the lives you change by being there. No more waiting. Stop saying sorry. No more dimming. The world needs your light. It came from heaven and nothing can put out the fire that God lit. You were picked out before the world was made. You were meant to be here right now. Now it's time to explain. Now is your chance, chosen one. All of this comes down to one clear invitation, the chosen one. Don't live on the surface, live from the roots. Not from the swirl, but from the source. You didn't just get information. You just got impartation. A map that will help you become all that God made you to be. Don't try to get the light you carry. It's something you become breath by breath, choice by choice. So start today. Wake up feeling thankful. Keep your energy safe. Talk about life. Know that your spirit sets the tone for everything else around you as you walk. You weren't put here by accident, chosen one. Heaven planned for this to happen. The anointing is going on right now. You can already open the doors. The favor is already being given out. Now is not the time to hide. The time for you to shine has come. Be brave as you walk. Shine without apologies. Every person who looks at you is proof that you are right where God wanted you to be. Let us know in the comments if this word moved you. I am chosen. I walk with a goal. Stay rooted, stay bright, and stay ready until we meet again. You were born to be here, chosen one. Have a great day. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. When Jesus says, "Give and heaven will open over you," on this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and this is not poetry. Hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community. Now join the family and see your heavens open. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment a place where divine abundance is not just a hope. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to this site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.